Hello, this is going to be a guitar tutorial about how to play the lead parts for the CityAlight song God Is For Us. So this song is in the key of E flat. At my particular church we play it in C. Throughout this video I'll be talking about it in E flat since that's the original key, but I will mention at the end how you can change the key if that's what your church chooses to do for your congregation. Okay, so let's begin by looking at the intro. This is a lead part that's played at the start. I believe it's also played at the end and a few times in the middle. Now we're using octaves in this section. If you're not sure what an octave is, it's when you're playing the same note at like a lower and higher pitch at the same time. So we're starting, if you want to put your index finger on the 8th fret on the A string, and then have either your third or pinky finger playing the octave, which would be the 10th fret on the G string, okay? So that'll sound like that, but you're only playing it for a split second because you're then sliding it up to the 10th fret on the A and the 12th fret on the G. So it'll sound like this. Okay, so practice doing that slide on that octave. And that's how you strum it. And then you're going down to this note, which is the 6th fret on the A and the 8th fret on the G. And you play that before you go all the way up here to the 11th fret on the A and the 13th fret on the G. Okay, so I'll play that for you. So the slide. To finish it, you just want to do what you did at the start, but then just hold that note. Okay? To give you a better idea, I'm going to play it along with the backing track, and if you're feeling up to it, you can play along too. So here it is with the backing track. So that intro leads into the verse. So you're going to begin the verse just holding that note. Then when the rhythm guitar changes chords, you're going to kick in with your next lead part. But this is going to be a real background part, and it's just going to be quite palm muted. And you're going to be doing something that sounds like this. So that's the idea, and I'll come a little bit closer to show you what I'm doing. Okay, so like I said, you begin by just holding that octave note. Then we need to change position slightly. We want to have our index finger pressing down the 8th fret on the D string, and then we want our pinky to be hitting the 11th on the A, and then we're going between the 11 and the 10, which we'll play with our third finger. So that part will sound like this, and as I said, we're muting slightly with our palm, and then back up and back down, and then stay, and then we're going to just bar with our index finger 8-8 on the A and the D. And then we're going to start the second half of the verse by being in the 10-8 position, and then pinky, pinky, and then bar, and that'll get you through the verse. So let's try that one with the backing track as well. So remember, we're starting on So now we need to learn the chorus. Now I believe in the first chorus it's just really quiet and held back, so as the lead guitar you might not even play in that first chorus, but come the subsequent choruses, what you want to be playing is something with double stops, and I'll show you a little bit what that sounds like. And you play that twice through. So let me come a little bit closer and show you what I'm pressing down to play that. Okay, so for the chorus, I'm mainly using my third finger and pinky, and I'm on the G string and the B string, and I'm holding down 8/8 to begin with. And I'm going to have my index finger ready to hold down the 6 on the B string. So we go, and then back to 8/8. So it's, and then after that we hold down, we put down our pinky so that that goes down on the 9th fret on the B string. And then back to 8/8, back to the pinky, back to 8/8, and then back to that walk up, the 6/8 walk up on the B string. And now to finish it, we need to move a little bit to have our pinky on the 11th fret on the B, and we'll keep our index finger there on the 8th fret on the G. And then we keep our pinky in the same spot for the chord change, but then we put down our third finger onto the 10th fret, like that. So let me play it a little bit again. So that's how we play it. Let's try it now with the backing track so you can see how it sounds over the other instruments. Okay, coming in now, getting ready. And it does it twice. That's the chorus. So I was figuring this song out by ear, and when I got up to the bridge, I couldn't 110% figure out what the guitarist was playing, but I'm going to give you a bit of an estimation of what I think he was playing, what I think would sound good over the chords that are played in the bridge. So it'll be a little something like this. And that's the bridge. I'll come a little bit closer and show you what I was doing. For the first half of the bridge, what I'm doing is I'm starting on 13/13, and that's on the D and the G strings, and I'm using my third and fourth fingers. And I'm starting with a double stop, so playing it at the same time, and then I'm going to start just plucking it a little bit. Now after that 13/13, I'm changing to 12 on the D and 10 on the G, and again play them both at first, and then a little bit of plucking, and then we're going to go up to 13 with our third finger and 12th fret on the G string with our second finger, and then I'm going to just move my index finger up to the 12th fret on the D and take off that third finger. And that's the first half of the bridge. And the second half is similar. Again, we start on 13/13, and then go to that 12/10, and back to 13/12. And this time, we then go to 12/10, and that's how we finish the bridge. Okay, let's play it over the backing track, and hopefully that'll make a little bit more sense. Here we go. And that's the bridge. Okay, so now you know the lead breaks, you know the verse, the chorus, and the bridge. You know all the different sections that you need to play the whole song. Now just one more note, something I said towards the start of the video was that at my church we play it in the key of C. I'm not sure why that is. I assume it's just because the way that CityAlight do it is maybe a little bit higher than my congregation tends to sing. If it's the same at your church, then I'll just give you a couple of tips on how you can change what you're playing to be modified to suit that new key. Okay, so for the lead line, as I said before, we start going from 8 to 10. Now, that's for the key of E flat. Now, the key of C, to get to C from E flat, we go 1, 2, 3 frets down. So, with the lead part, instead of playing it there, we would go 1, 2, 3 frets down, and we would start then on 5, going up to 7. Then 3, then 8. So that's how you would change that lead part to go from E flat to C. Then what other parts do we have? We have the verse. Instead of being up here, going from 11 to 10, with our index finger holding down 8, we would shift that all down 1, 2, 3 frets, and so we'd be using our index finger to hold down 5 on the D string, and we'd be going between 8 and 7 on the D, on the A. For the chorus then, instead of holding down 8, 8 with our third and fourth finger, we'd shift that down 1, 2, 3 frets, and we'd be holding down 5, 5. Like that. And for the bridge, instead of starting on 13, 13 on the D and the G strings, we'd go down 1, 2, 3 frets, and we'd be starting on 10, 10. But still playing the same shapes. We would have just shifted it all down those 3 frets. Okay, so if in your church you need to change the key, that's what you need to do. You can keep the same shapes, and you can just shift it either down or up depending on the key that your church is changing it to. Okay, so let's come to the end of the video now. I might go back to the original key, the E flat that we've been learning about throughout this video. I'll play the intro going into the verse, and if you're feeling up to it, you can play along as well.